It's a nice jersey,
Oh, my sweater.
a sweater. Yeah,
It's
it's
nice.
very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's warm.
yeah, yeah.
Can you hear that? No,
No,
my daughter's yelling with joy about something. I don't know. Just wondered if you could hear it.
I can't hear it.
Hmm.
It's all quiet.
There's a lot of joy in the house these days. We enjoy our
That's
company.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, that's underlining piece is always there. It doesn't matter what seems to be happening. Things may happen. Uh, uh, Frustration, confusion may arise, but that underlining piece is always there. It's not moving, you know. Things that seem to be bad may arise. Even in the midst of that, that underlining piece is always there. It's constant, it doesn't change because it's nothing, you know. So that underlining piece, or should I say the backdrop, is there, and it also appears as an activity or as what seems to be happening as well. So the activity and the backdrop are one. There is no separation. So it's beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Even when it seems it may be interpreted or it may be seen or viewed as bad, but it's still beautiful. There's that sense of okayness that seems to arise in the midst of trouble, difficulties and frustration. But that underlying lining piece, or which is the backdrop, doesn't change. Or should I say it's an undisturbed silence that is always there. So everything is beautiful. Everything is okay. Because everything is this. And it's not happening to somebody. It's just happening. It's happening to somebody is a thought arising in it, is an appearance appearing in it. Oh, it's happening to me. That's just one of the appearances in it. It's not somebody. There's no real somebody behind those thoughts. They are just thoughts for nobody. There's no possessor. There's no owner of anything. They are all the appearances or the activity. It's just this uh, undisturbed silence arising or appearing as that. So everything is beautiful because everything is happening to nobody. There is no you there who can know anything or understand anything. There's just this appearing, even as what seems to be a you. So it's just this already. There isn't a separate you who can understand or get this. There's just this appearing as what seems to be a you. So there's no you already. There's just everything. So everything is okay. This character, or should I say superficial character, this appearance doesn't belong to anyone. Even even when there's something that claims that, oh, it belongs to me, even that thought doesn't belong to anyone. It's just what seems to be happening. It's just what seems to be appearing in this vastness, as vastness itself. So there's emptiness, there's nobody. And this emptiness doesn't contain any individual. It doesn't contain anything. It's just empty. It's formless and empty. A desire may arise in it to seek, but it's not somebody's desire. It's just it's also appearing as that because it has no limitation. It may appear as what seems to be bad. It may appear as what seems to be good. Yet there's no good or bad. Everything is beautiful. It's just this. So the doer and the owner is already not there. It may be seen as just an imagination. It's just also this expressing itself as a limited self. There is
So
no
what
real
difference?
limited self.
So what difference does anything make?
Sorry, come again?
What difference does anything make? What difference does it make
Well,
whether I do good things or bad things? What difference does it make whether I take the time to feel this in the silence or not? What difference does
well,
anything make?
if the desire arises to seek this and become one with this, it's okay. It's beautiful because it's just this appearing as that. This is not to say that maybe when we are seeking, it's the same as when you're not seeking. The mere fact that the desire is there, it means that it should be done. It's beautiful. It's okay. It may happen in what seems to be other characters. It may happen that the desire is not there. People are just like apparently living their own lives, you know. So if the mere fact that the desire is there, it's also good, you know.
Or
But
not,
that's,
or not is
sorry, come
also,
again?
or not is also good.
Yes, yes, yes. So any desire may arise and it may be fulfilled. The apparent character may seek, meditate, and feel good. That's also beautiful. The apparent character may decide to stop and do nothing. That's also beautiful. There's no one who's better than the other because it's just this expressing as both characters. So it's okay. Whatever may happen, it's just happening. It's not happening to somebody. When meditation, keeping quiet is enjoyed, it's not that there's somebody who's enjoying it. It's just this as well, enjoying it because there's only this. There's nothing else. So it's good to enjoy meditation, you know, to do it and feel peace, unconditional love, you know. It's good. It's wonderful.
But there's no shoulds.
Yeah, or shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, because every activity is empty. Because it arises from emptiness as emptiness. So it's beautiful. And the me is already not there. The me is imagined. It's just an imagination. So if something is imagined, it's just never there. It's just in the imagination. A belief in the imagination may seem to keep it alive, only as an imagination. But when the belief is not there, it may seem to collapse as an imagination, not as something real.
When I go out to the forest, um, stunning, stunning. And feels like there's energy just like radiating from the earth. You know, like literal energy. And I I pick it up. And sometimes my thoughts just go for a while. And then I just notice that my thoughts went for a while. And it's just, as soon as I notice that my thoughts went, the actual train of thought of what I was thinking is gone.
Yeah,
And the beauty of that I'm seeing is just right there replacing it. And it's like the same thing. It's,
yeah,
it's the same thing. It's just something observing this and then something observing that. And it's just the observing.
yeah.
It's only the observing.
So do you sometimes uh, try to observe the observer or meditate upon the observer?
Yeah.
Yes.
I get about one in. You see, and then there's the thing that's being seen, and then you try to see the thing that's being seen, and then there's just like this feedback loop, and it spins out of control, and I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Infinite regress. It stops things. I used to do that
yeah,
exercise. It stops things for sure immediately. Observing the observer,
yeah.
observing the observer of the observer.
And sometimes when that is done, uh, the things that are seen, they become redundant. I don't know if it's the right way to use.
Redundant.
Yeah.
Redundant means like having two things when you only need one. I'm not sure that's the right word. How is it for you when you do that? How do you experience it?
Um, Before, when I was seeking, there was seeking happening. Yeah, it used to, you know, I would I would just instead of like say looking around, I would just like look from look for the looker, just be there. Put my attention back to the one who's observing, and then what was being observed at the time will be seen as just a play. It's nothing. Like, nothing special. Even the birds, you know, nothing. I mean, like nothing will be taken seriously. Nothing will be taken seriously. Everything is as it is right now. Everything is empty. Will be seen as just empty. You know, emptiness. Labor, the imaginary labor, just is removed and things are seen as they are. Beautiful, very light, always new. Because there's no past. There's no past. Past is just a thought. It's imaginary, and there's no future. There's just this or now. So when the imaginary label, in a way, is removed, things are seen as they are, and they are seen as one. There's no there's no like division. They are seen as just this, which is nothing or emptiness. They are also seen as weightless. They have no weight. There is that solidity, which is also empty. I really don't know how to convey this, to express this.
I think of it sometimes like a three-dimensional television set. Like
Yeah,
all these little nodes compactly typed together in three dimensions, just spontaneously erupting with visuals that can be seen.
yeah,
Operating like that.
yeah, exactly. More like a three-dimensional screen.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. They may be thinking that you are just an appearance in the screen, but never realizing that you are the screen itself.
It's like right now I'm looking at a little black, you know, screen. And there you are, and there I am, you know, same thing.
Yeah,
Immense. I mean, they know there's not really such a thing as empty space.
yeah,
Space is teeming with stuff, and even in outer space, it's teeming with stuff and spontaneously giving birth to uh, a little microscopic energy bursts that appear and disappear. And yeah, it's all one
yeah.
big. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, sorry to disturb. Even when you are watching what seems to be a space, and when uh you watch, as in like out of focus, you can easily notice those uh
Yeah.
things that usually flash, those minor appearances. Have you ever seen those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think tonight when we're done, I'm going to go look at the stars.
Tonight.
Yeah. Can you see the stars where you're at?
Yeah, we can see them, but they are seen clearly when you go to the rural areas
Yeah.
because there is no electricity there. But where there is electricity,
Yeah.
they are not as clear.
I mean, where I used to be, you could hardly see anything. But here, it's pretty rural, so I can go out and I see a beautiful sea of stars. I can't see like the Milky Way. Like in Africa,
Yeah,
I'm sure you can see like the entire Milky Way. We can see that if we go out, you know, to like a campsite or something. But um, that's amazing when you can actually see where there's the big stripe of lighter. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can see them moving. I once I once went out in the morning as I was walking my aunt to the bus stop. I saw two stars moving simultaneously.
You sure it wasn't
I,
a
I thought
satellite?
now they were moving simultaneously,
Uh-huh.
but when I was like just looking at them, they suddenly disappeared.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I'm sure they were not stars. They were just maybe some flying objects of some sorts.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a really clear sky, you can see satellites. That's always interesting. You know, the satellites,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
communication satellites or imagery satellites, you can see those. Sometimes they go really fast. And the shooting stars.
yeah.
One of the things to think about though is that most of the stars that you see, they're not there anymore. By the time the light reaches you, they're dead.
Wow,
They're
that's
just so far,
amazing.
they're so far away, and the speed of light is so fast that they'll just be, millennia ago by the time they reach you a lot of the time. It's just amazing to think about. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. So if you were to use the flying objects or a spaceship faster than the speed of light, you will find it not there. You'll never find a star.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
So it's more like when you're about to get there, and when you decide to turn back and go back, you'll find that it's no longer 2023, it's 20, year 3000. So that's how it moves.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah. But the universe is expanding. That's one of the amazing things about it. It's just growing. It's growing. We used to think that we could see the edge of the universe. When I was growing up, probably when you were growing up too, they thought that there was an edge of the universe.
Yeah, yeah,
But what they've
I
figured
heard that
out
too.
is it's just going out so fast that it's going out fast, and the edges from us are going out faster than the speed of light. So that the light never gets to us because those things, because it's going out farther from us. It's like cumulative, right? If everything is growing a little bit, over that long period, that adds up to grow so fast that that's so much distance that the light will never reach us. And that's why it appears there's an edge. It's amazing.
Wow, wow, it is. Wow. So when you are going in space, maybe in a ship, it's like even when the ship has a lot of speed, it will be seen as just it's moving very slowly because the space is very huge.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even meteors. Meteors just going so fast, but don't appear to be going very fast just because space is so huge. Yeah.
Wow. So the easiest way to travel is maybe when they use portals to get the to other dimensions
We'll
rather
see.
than using. Mm.
I heard, you know what black holes are? I think
Ans, yeah,
they're sort of like, I think they're like, people think that they're stars that have imploded. but light goes into it and never comes out, and it just seems to like suck everything in around it. These things in space.
Oh,
So nobody knows like what's at the end of the black hole, because it appears to be sucking everything in, but where's all that stuff going? People don't even but then they've discovered that there's the equivalent of like little black holes that are kind of like all around.
wow.
I don't know what
You
those
mean like in our own space? Okay.
in our own space, yes. And
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. I should do some more research about it before I talk about it, but I heard that once and I was like, wait, what? Some just like minute warping of space that happens on a micro level. I don't know. But it's
Yeah.
we can't conceive of any of it.
Yeah. That's beautiful. What I've noticed that the body, according to my my own little research, what I've noticed that the body itself is some sort of a portal, and you go within the body, within yourself, you get into other dimensions. That's what I've witnessed. You just go within. Don't have to. The way is not outside;
Yeah.
it's within. Then you reach other dimensions.
Yeah.
And when you're sitting in meditation, you know,
There was a lot of talk in the US a few years ago about how the body traps uh trauma, they would call it, or stress. Like, when you have things like memories and things can get trapped in the body. And that the way to release that was to re-feel the pain that's trapped in the body through going in and concentrating on the body. That was something that everyone was talking about in the United States about 5 years ago. In fact, my daughter's reading a book about it now. Um, got down to that level. But I was having these like bizarre heart openings. I told you about it. My heart just felt like it was opening. So I started to do more research into Indian tantra stuff, which are basically like ancient meditations uh, where you go into the body. You do different things like, you know, imagine the space behind you, or imagine you're dimensionless, or imagine you're breathing through your abdomen, or imagine that you're being breathed by just all these different things that you can do with your imagination in the body. And so I started doing that every night for maybe a year or two. And yeah, it was really transformative and fun. It was very fun. And a lot of these books
wow.
back are about that. This one's a good one. This one's called The Body Electric. It was written in the 70s. Um, and talks about healing. People don't actually know why the body heals.
Yeah.
What tells the body to heal, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't really, And how does the body communicate? Apparently, you know, through, you know, experiments with electricity, it seems like a lot of the communication happens is electrical. And a lot of the healing that happens is spawned by a mental electrical reaction. You know, you have to kind of want to heal.
Yeah. Mm.
So much
Mm.
of it is mental. So it's like we're our own television set. We're our own three-dimensional screen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Eternally
it's beautiful.
self-programming, you know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You can also use an imagination to heal the body.
Yes.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we use
Yes, we did.
imagination a lot to do all sorts of things. We play with our imagination, imagining ourselves to be somebody. That's an imagination. It's a play. It's a play. You can also use the imagination to heal somebody, you know. Like for instance, there was um a lady who was suffering, had a pain in her stomach. There was something moving there. She said it was like more like a snake moving in her stomach. And then because he like the pain was terrible. Then I had to use my imagination and imagine a snake that is just not there and just pull it out of her stomach and throw it away. And then I did that. It's everything became, she was okay. Yeah, sometimes you have to use like the imagination to do anything you wanna do. It's
The
more
thing is,
magical.
the thing is, her imagination and your imagination are one imagination.
Yes, yes. It's the same thing.
Same imagination. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no one who's doing it. It just seems to be arising in this. So things are seen as just a play. It's just this appearing as everything, appearing as somebody who's sick, as somebody trying to help. So there's no escaping this. But it is. We also discussed what we discussed with Tim and Michael. We spoke about that. In fact, Tim said, and then I also remembered that it also happened here. It was experienced that people can't see you and you can't see them. The me can never be seen. Right now, you may have an imagination that you can see me, but you can't see me, and I can't see you.
If everything is God, what is to see?
Yeah, nothing to see.
For everything.
Just empty bodies moving around. And this emptiness, it may be seen as if it's local, but as a matter of fact, it's everywhere present. It's not local. It is everything that seems to be appearing, including the body. The body is also emptiness. It's also this. The sensations that are felt, it may make it seem as if the body is solid, but the body is not solid. The body is formless. Everything is formless. There's nothing solid here. So the sensations right now are felt. And then there's a thought that seems to arise to say, oh, this body is a body and it's solid. But it's not.
Most of the time now, when I think of my body, it feels hollow. It feels it
Mm,
feels like nothing but space
yes.
or foreign. It feels like, yeah, this is my hand, sort of. I don't know.
And when you're walking, it feels like space walking through space. Mm. And there's no shame. There's no shame. There's no shame because shame, to be ashamed or to have shame, has to do with somebody being there. You know, somebody may be afraid to be seen or that imaginary somebody. But when that imaginary somebody is not there, you know, there's just nothing else. So I'm more like a child, you know. You don't have an image. There's no image of yourself. You don't take shape. You're just shapeless. And nothing sticks. They may talk, but since it is recognized here that there's no you, there's just emptiness. Emptiness doesn't mind. Somebody, imaginary somebody may mind, may seem to mind, but emptiness doesn't mind. Yet, what seems to be imaginary somebody is also emptiness appearing as that. So it's not good or bad. It's just what's happening. So don't take shape, be shapeless, because you are already dead.
Oh, so you have to go take your aunt to the bus stop.
No, she's still
Oh, she's still on break.
she
She's still on break.
yeah she's going back next week. Yeah, his wife, they left. They're no longer living in this house. They've bought
I'm
their own
sorry, wait,
house
what?
somewhere else.
Sorry, the internet was a little messed
My
up. What were you
brother,
saying?
my brother and said my brother and his wife,
Uh-huh.
they left the house. They're no longer living with us. Yeah, so now it's only myself and my aunts.
Oh,
I would
wow.
say. Yeah.
So was your brother, his wife, and your nephew that were also in the house, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's much quieter now, huh?
Yeah, it's very quiet. It's very quiet.
Where did they go?
They bought their own house in the nearest uh, location. Okay. So they are living there. It's not very far, but it's a little bit. Yeah, so it's only myself and my aunts, but their son is still here just for holidays. And then when the schools opened next week, they open next week, and then he
Yeah,
will have to leave as well and go back to live with them.
right. Because they work during
Mm.
the day and you're taking care of the son.
Yeah, he's 13 years. Yeah, he's a little
Yeah.
bit older.
So he takes care of himself.
Yeah, yeah. They always come to check on him. Yeah, from time to time. Mm.
When I was growing up, we had a two-bedroom apartment and there was five of us. And I had my own bedroom.
Wow.
So my two sisters took the other bedroom, and my dad and stepmother slept in the living room slash dining room.
Wow. So you had your own room.
I was a teenage boy. Yeah, I had my own room. But
Wow.
those were good times. They were good times. Everybody's so close and happy. We didn't have much money, but a lot of we didn't even have a television set. No, or a
Wow.
car. Um, but a lot of love.
Around 60s, back in
70s.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's okay because I'd go over to Charlie Kremenak's house and watch his television set. A
I
lot.
also I also used to do that as well when I grew up. When I was growing up, we had no television sets. I would go to the neighbor and just watch the TV there. Sometimes through the window, sometimes inside. Yeah.
My when I was a little kid, my dad uh so it was just me and my dad for a while. And uh the neighbors would watch we had a the neighbors were college kids, and I would go over there and watch television. And then one of those women became my dad's wife. Like I would go over there and just
Wow.
watch TV, and then I I kind of was drawn to this woman, and then she would like help me with my homework, and then she was my babysitter, and then all of a sudden, like the other guys were my babysitter, and she was going off on dates with my dad, and then I had a couple sisters. It worked out well. It worked out really well.
Maybe they got close together because of you.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Mm, nice. Do
Okay,
you
Nkosi,
do you light candles?
I'm
Do you light
allergic to
candles?
I'm allergic to smoke.
Oh yeah.
Smoke makes my head hurt. But we have a when we moved in the house, Melissa has always wanted a fireplace. But I'm allergic to smoke. So we got these pipes that come in that they'll burn fake logs.
Yeah.
They're like these logs that are kind of made out of stone or something. I don't know what they're made out of. Ceramic. And then they've got these pipes, and then um propane flames will come, and you just turn a knob, and then the fire just appears. And we even have a remote control for it, like a television set. And it's
Yeah.
beautiful. And we use it all the time.
Is it
And there's
hot?
no, yeah, yeah. So it warms the house, and there's no smoke, so I don't get a headache. We
Oh
just
yeah. Mm.
we just love to sit there and watch the fire on our couch
Mm.
in the new house. It's wonderful.
Yeah, beautiful.
You like candles?
Yeah, sometimes it would come up that I should light candles. Sometimes when they there's some deepening happening. Yeah, or light candles and just sit quietly, just
And
keep
watch
quiet.
and watch the candles?
Yeah, just not necessarily watching the candles, but the room I would just switch off the lights and then light
Yeah.
candles and just sit quietly. You know.
That's what we used to do when we didn't have television. My dad was putting his life back together, and he would do a lot of yoga and a lot of prayer. And we would sit in the evenings with just a candlelight and not say much.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
really wonderful. Yeah.
yeah. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Sometimes when I do it, it's like today. No, when was it? I think yesterday I could feel the air, the wind around my head. Like something or somebody, I don't know, was uh like blowing air, very cold air in my head because it was very hot,
Oh, wow.
you know. I was wondering because the fan was off and there was a very cold air blowing.
Mm.
Yeah, it was amazing. Amazing.
It's been freezing here. So in the mornings when I go out to meditate, it's below freezing, just a little bit. So there's ice and frost, and it's really nice. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit below freezing temperatures, like 27 degrees Fahrenheit, or I don't know. if you use Celsius, it's just a little bit below 0 Celsius, so that there's, you know, ice on the car and then frost all over the leaves and, have to get bundled up.
Wow, it's very cold.
I don't know. Maybe that's like way colder than you're ever used to in Africa. How
Yeah,
cold is it?
no,
Never?
no, it's usually when it's too cold, it's usually maybe 10 degrees, 5
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
Celsius. Yeah.
Yeah. But in some places, like other provinces, like those that have huge mountains,
Yeah.
you may find that there it's sometimes below zero and there's ice all over.
Have you ever touched snow?
Not really. What I've touched are those stones, you know,
Yeah.
icy stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I've never been to like snow itself.
You should go. You should go to the mountains when it's snowing. Figure out a way to go to the mountains when it's snowing. It's amazing.
Uh, it's
It
amazing. Wow.
is. Your body gets used to the cold right away, and it's
Yeah.
just the air is so crisp, you know. Once it gets freezing, the air, it's just like a different consistency. You just breathe it in and it just feels the way it feels on your inside and on your nose, and it just feels so fresh and smells different. It's like invigorating. And
Wow. Yeah, maybe
so
I
you've
should
never seen
try
a
it.
snowflake?
No,
If you look
no.
under a microscope, every snowflake is different. They
Yeah.
all have they all have 6 points, and every single one of them is different. It's
Wow.
amazing the way they form and the crystals. I don't understand. I don't understand how they could all be different since there's so many of them. But anyway,
What I've seen those guys going on top of the the Mount Everest,
uh-huh.
and most of them they never come back.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that. Mount Everest is not in South Africa.
Some some they come back with frostbites. And
Yeah, yeah, those guys are crazy. That's different. That's a whole different level. That's a whole different level.
yeah, yeah, it's true.
Anyway, maybe someday you'll be able to see snow. I was in Chicago in December, and I was able to. It was snowing, and I just love it. It just I missed it. I miss snow. Miss it. Just when it falls from the sky. I mean, it depends on what the weather is like. Sometimes it just like blows down, and it's just a million little tiny, with the wind. But sometimes if it's not windy and it's pretty warm, they just float. Snowflakes just float down. And you can just put your hand out and they'll just float down and catch them. And they'll melt on your
Wow.
hands. And it's just like, and it's so serene, you know, because it's just the air is like thick with the moisture of the snow, and it's just like these large white wet stuff just floating down. It's amazing to be where it's snowing. When it's just first starts to snow, it's a really nice thing. It's like a hard rain. I mean, it's like this thing that you can't even describe.
Mm.
You know. Anyway,
Well,
Maybe someday, snow for Nkosi. I'll start a collection, snow for Nkosi to the mountains.
Yeah. Maybe someday we should go to the Mount Everest together.
Oh, I don't know. You should get Martha to bring you back to America with her. Then we'll go to the
Yeah, I'll
mountains.
tell it. Yeah, I'll let her know.
You'll slip in her luggage. Okay, Nkosi, thank you so
All right.
much.
Always welcome.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
I'll upload the thing and send you the link.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'll love that. I never got the last one.
I know. I
Yeah.
downloaded. I'll upload them both.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Okay, thanks.